Real life requires real banking. Sandy Spring Bank, from here, for 150 years.
Good morning, America. 2 breaking stories as we come on the air. A 5th explosion in Texas.
There were nails and metals in the bomb. Package was going to Austin.
A box detonating at FedEx, sending shrapnel flying. This on the heels of those other blasts involving a tripwire and deadly porch packages. Hundreds of bomb technicians and federal agents now spread out across the state. The desperate search for a serial bomber.
Also breaking at this hour, winter storm warning. Another nor'easter moving in. D.C., New York, and Boston in its path. As the South braces for more severe weather, twisters ripping off roofs, destroying a college campus, and flattening this church. The rescues overnight.
Facebook under fire. The scandal wiping out billions from the company's value after news that up to 50 million users here in the U.S. had their personal information compromised. This morning calls for Mark Zuckerberg to testify in front of Congress. And what this new undercover video is now revealing about the company that got their hands on all of that data.
Yes, I gotta have faith. And the secret weapon of the Sweet 16. 98-year-old Sister Jean, cheering Loyola Chicago to incredible wins. Now she's here live. Does she have faith her underdogs can do it again?
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
How many of you are thinking of the George Michael video right now? It's gotta have faith. Good morning, America. Great to have David Muir here with us all week long, and we cannot wait to talk to Sister Jean, 98 years young. Gotta believe.
She had the lucky charm, and she's also the most popular of the NCAA tournament. She's the most popular star of this tournament on Twitter.
I want to know why she has 2 brackets.
Because she's smart.
She is.
We'll get to that coming up here. By the way, it's the first day of spring. You look lovely for the first day of spring,
everybody.
but that Rob's map does not look good.
Not at all.
We're going to be tracking that nor'easter. Suddenly all the clapping goes away when we talk about the nor'easter, as it should. It could bring up to a foot of snow to some areas. Again, on this first day of spring.
Another nor'easter heading this way. All ahead, but coming up right now, we're going to begin, of course, with that breaking news, a package exploding at a FedEx facility in Texas, reportedly filled with nails. This is the 5th blast in the state in under a month. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Austin, has the latest for us. Good morning, Marcus.
Robin, good morning to you. Right now, there is urgent work to figure out if that explosion at that facility in San Antonio is connected to a series of bombings here in Austin, including one in this neighborhood where you see that hole in the ground. It was a powerful explosion caused by a tripwire that injured 2 men in their 20s. This morning at 12:30 a.m., police responded to an explosion at this FedEx distribution center in Church, Texas, about an hour outside of Austin.
What we know right now, there was one person that was possibly injured, possibly from the sound of the device going off.
The medium-sized box believed to contain nails and shrapnel.
There were nails and metals in the bomb. Package was going to Austin.
As emergency personnel raced to the scene.
Give me an engine out there as well, and just in case there's any subsequent bombs.
500 state and federal law enforcement agents already scouring the city of Austin, racing against the clock to determine who could be behind 4 explosions here in less than 3 weeks.
We would like the bomber to reach out and talk to us. We think it's important to establish a dialogue to find out why is this happening.
2 people have been killed and 4 injured. The latest explosion appeared to mark a frightening new change in strategy. The suspect used a tripwire in this quiet residential neighborhood to detonate the bomb. 2 men in their 20s were badly hurt after crossing the wire Sunday night.
When I heard it was a bomb, I was really distraught. And because it was one of our friends, one of our neighbors we've known for a really long time.
There have been nearly 900 calls across the city about suspicious packages, leaving residents here on edge.
Every bomber leaves a signature because they tend to make their devices the same way every time.
And since the first explosion back on March 2nd, investigators have been trying to find any clues with these explosives to link it to the suspect, what they call trademarks, a unique piece of the bomb. That same work will be happening not only here in Austin, but also in San Antonio, David, where there is an urgent effort to figure out what caused that explosion at that FedEx facility.
All right, Marcus Moore with the breaking developments for us this morning. Marcus, thank you. Let's get right to retired commander and chief inspector with the U.S. Marshals, Lenny DePaul. Lenny, always good to have you here for the breaking news. The first thing they're going to try to do is see if this was headed to Austin to see if they can connect it to these 4 other bombs.
Correct. That's the determination at this point, and they got the best in the business downrange with ATF. They're responding to the scene. Was that device heading to Austin? So that's the million-dollar question.
But, Commander, the other question, too, is the sophistication involved in these bombs. We know that the one that happened in the last 24 hours used a tripwire. What did that tell you?
The sophistication is now at a different level. The first 3 we all know that ended up on these porches at these residents is one thing, but now you're putting these things on the street. Tripwires, it's transparent, possibly a fish wire. Anybody could have detonated that thing, child, anybody. So it's very sophisticated at this point.
And Lenny, as you know, initially they did not rule out the possibility of a hate crime. You had Black and Hispanic victims. Now you've had white victims in the last 24 hours. So the motive's still a mystery here? What does that tell you?
Yeah, the motive is, and you can't rule out anything at this point. You got several hundred law enforcement downrange following up with these leads and whatnot. So nothing can be ruled out. You're chasing a ghost, and they can't rule out anything at this point.
But you were telling me you suspect this person's listening and watching all this coverage.
I think somebody's paying attention. I really do. I think they're throwing a curveball at law enforcement, possibly going after a residential area and planting this device in a residential area. These 2 guys happen to be walking down the street. They detonate this thing, and the public needs to remain vigilant. They got to keep their eyes and ears open and see something, say something, and do something.
And Commander, for the public watching, what's behind all the public overtures to the potential suspect?
Well, that's a million-dollar question as well. I've got my own personal opinions. You're in Texas. Everybody's focusing on the weapons, the AR-15s and whatnot. Is somebody sending a sick message? I can certainly kill a lot of people with bombs. Who knows? I mean, what the motive is. But right now, like I said, they're chasing a ghost, and they got to figure out and identify somebody.
All right, Commander Lenny DePaul, always good to have you. Thank you. Michael?
All right, thank you, David. Now to that severe weather that's tearing through the South overnight. Twisters ripping off roofs, destroying buildings. A scary scene so many are waking up to this morning. ABC's Steve Osensami is in hard-hit Jacksonville, Alabama with more. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Michael. This church here has been here as long as anyone here can remember, and they are heartbroken over this. Take a look. The steeple was blown away, and so was most of the church. This is the sanctuary. The pews have been turned into firewood. The fire chief tells us that so much of this town was hit. 50 buildings were damaged, and a number, like this one, were destroyed.
There was little sleep overnight across much of the Deep South. With the violent winds, the sound of tornadoes on the move, and sirens blaring.
Oh, guys, this is bad, really bad.
What certainly looks like a tornado tore through Jacksonville, Alabama. The parishioners at West Point Baptist Church are learning this morning they'll have to rebuild. Wind speeds higher than 60 miles an hour sent trees crashing into homes. This apartment complex took a beating from the storm. Walls are still crumbling. This living room is now outdoors, and the lawn is covered with smashed cars, soggy clothing, and pieces of the building next door.
Daylight would help us a lot, because there's no power, there's multiple trees down, power lines down, road blockage.
First responders had to work through the night, freeing people trapped in their homes.
It's a mess. It's a war zone in there.
At the small campus of Jacksonville State University, where they're luckily on spring break this week, the high winds peeled off the roof of a dorm. This is what's left of a gym. After Alabama, the storm knocked down trees over power lines as it moved east into Georgia and sent hail the size of golf balls through homes and car windows. They're not going to be happy at this dealership today. In a small town about an hour and a half west of Atlanta, more than 150 people running from a tornado had to take cover in this cave. Thousands are still without power this morning.
They are telling us this morning that there were a few people who had to be hospitalized, but luckily no fatalities, and they're hoping that that doesn't change when the sun comes up. They're also underlining that they're extremely grateful that the school was on spring break, that students weren't here, and that the buildings at the school were built well. Power lines are down, the town is blocked off in many places, and that's going to continue throughout the day.
All right, thank you, Steve. And you hit it on the head that no one was injured. And weather's affecting people everywhere around this country.
And because the storm is on the move there, Michael, a fourth nor'easter is on the way. Rob is tracking the system. And Rob, they're also bracing for more severe weather down south today?
It is all part of the same system. Multiple systems actually getting together, but hail was a big issue yesterday. We had over 100 reports of severe weather, and some of this hail in excess of 3 inches doing this sort of damage. So you had to get your car inside, and you certainly had to get your body inside because that was a dangerous situation. And we have the threat for that today as we had severe weather getting into Savannah earlier. It's going to get down into parts of central Florida with large hail, strong winds, maybe some tornadoes as well. And then here comes the nor'easter part of it. We've got winter storm warnings now posted from North Carolina all the way to eastern Massachusetts. Yes, for the first day and first full day of spring. During the day today, we'll look for the rain and snow to arrive in D.C. and Philly, back through Roanoke, Virginia. These two lows kind of combine and develop into our next nor'easter, a strong one it looks like, and a slower moving one, 6 to 12 inches of wide swath. That in the city in spring, the ground is warmer, so we expect less there, but still a high impact event from anywhere from 7 to 10 in Philly to 6 to 10 in Boston. Robin, back over to you.
What are you going to do? All right, Rob.
Exactly. All right, thanks, Rob. Now to that new trouble for Facebook this morning. A political consulting firm with ties to the Trump campaign, Cambridge Analytica, accessing personal information for up to 50 million Facebook users here in the United States. And now this morning, the chief executive from that company caught on camera, apparently admitting they target candidates with dirty tricks. You'll hear what he says in that video. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has more on that for us. Good morning, Pierre.
David, good morning. That's right. It's a scandal raising concerns about the privacy of millions of Americans using social media. And members of Congress want to know if Russia took advantage. This morning, a growing scandal surrounding how the personal information of up to 50 million Facebook users has been secretly obtained and shared without their consent.
Today in the United States, we have somewhere close to 4,000 or 5,000 data points on every individual.
Alexander Nix, one of the founders of Cambridge Analytica, a political data company with ties to the Trump campaign, touting his research in helping President Trump win in the 2016 election.
We were able to use data to identify that there was very large quantities of persuadable voters there that could be influenced to vote for the Trump campaign.
A company allegedly engaged in information warfare with financing secured by Trump's senior campaign advisor, Steve Bannon. Now, new video of Nix caught in a sting conducted by Britain's Channel 4.
They will offer a large amount of money to the candidates.
Allegedly telling undercover reporters about what he appears to say is the company's practice of using bribes and sex with attractive women to discredit their clients' rival candidates.
Send some girls around to the candidate's house.
Yes.
Bring some Ukrainians in on holiday with us. I'm just giving you examples of what can happen, what can be done, and what has been done.
After the Channel 4 story broke, Nix released a statement saying he was just playing along, but that he had no intentions of breaking any laws. This after Facebook last weekend banned Cambridge Analytica from using any of its material following reports that the company improperly received data. Christopher Wally was an early employee of Cambridge Analytica. He left in 2014, but told ABC News that the company planned to amass mountains of information on Americans.
We would ask people to fill out psychological surveys. That app would then harvest their data from Facebook, and then that app would crawl through their friend network and pull all of the data from their friends also.
Cambridge Analytica acknowledges the information was improperly provided to them by a third party, but says it was never used and deleted as soon as they learned it was a problem. The company is blaming this man, Alexander Kogan, a researcher hired as a contractor, described by a former colleague as Russian-American.
I think that it's really concerning that the head psychologist that we were using, Alexander Kogan, was working on a Russian-funded project in Russia on psychological profiling of people.
ABC News has been unable to reach Kogan. Congressional investigators tell me they want to know about those ties to Russia. Special counsel Bob Mueller is likely to have high interest as well, David.
All right, Pierre Thomas, we know you'll stay on this for us. Thank you, Pierre. And this is affecting Facebook too, Michael.
It really is. It has, David, Facebook stock plunging. The company losing billions as it faces fallout. Our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, spoke with a top Facebook executive, and she joins us now outside of Facebook at Facebook's headquarters outside San Francisco. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Michael. Yes, that's right. These are the first public comments by a Facebook executive in the wake of those claims that 50 million Facebook users unknowingly had their information mishandled by a political consultancy with close ties to the Trump campaign.
We are unbelievably outraged and beyond disturbed at the allegations that data was misused or that our policies have been violated.
Facebook's vice president of marketing in an interview at the Shop Talk retail conference in Las Vegas, promising a forensic audit and possible legal action against Cambridge Analytica.
This is something Facebook learned about in 2015. It impacted 50 million users. Why wasn't more information disclosed earlier on?
We suspended them at the time. We asked them to reassure us that all of that data had really been essentially destroyed. And they certified, all the parties involved certified that that was the case. We recently have come to find out that that may not be the case.
Cambridge Analytica says the information was deleted. Facebook stock rocked by the scandal, shares cratering nearly 7% Monday, wiping out approximately $40 billion in value since Friday. Congress now calling for tougher regulations. Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar tweeting, "It's clear these platforms can't police themselves," calling on Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg to testify before Senate Judiciary.
That stock plunge also shaved billions off the wealth of Mark Zuckerberg. The Facebook founder and CEO sold some of his stock earlier because of a predetermined plan to raise money for his charity. That saved him about $40 million, Michael.
Oh, wow. A lot of money there, Rebecca. But what about the 50 million Facebook users? What are they going to tell them?
This is something that I asked Facebook about, and they said that those notifications, if they were to go out, they're still uncertain whether or not that would even happen. They will know more as a result of this audit they're conducting right now, Michael.
All right. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Not over yet.
Nope, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay, Michael. Now to the reaction that is coming in to that tough talk from President Trump, calling for the death penalty for some drug dealers as he addressed the opioid crisis in New Hampshire. Our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, has more on all that. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, Robin, good morning to you. Yeah, one Democratic senator says that you can't execute your way out of a public health crisis. President Trump is also calling for what he calls major litigation against certain drug companies. He says he also wants to spend, quote, a lot of money on great commercials to show just how bad drug use is. But really, it is this talk, this praise of other countries that have the death penalty to execute drug dealers. And now his push to bring that here to the United States that is raising a lot of eyebrows this morning. Take a listen to what he said yesterday.
Take a look at some of these countries where they don't play games. They don't have a drug problem. We have court cases that last 10 years, and then they get out at the end. We got to be tough. We have to be smart. We have to change the laws, and we're working on that right now.
So a lot of questions about how this would work. It appears the president wants to enforce current laws that are already on the books but not being used to use the death penalty for certain drug dealers, Robin, not just those involved in murder crimes.
All right, tough talk. All right, Cecilia, thank you very much. And David says he'll see Cecilia tonight on
World News.
All right. Right now, let's go back to Rob. And there's also a dangerous storm that's bringing heavy snow and rain out west.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is going to be the worst of the season for California. Tahoe already buried in snow after a slow start, but now have a tropical connection. This next one coming in is going to be a warm one with a tremendous amount of rain, frightening amounts, as a matter of fact, for the next day and a half. Could see up to 10 inches in some of the coastal mountains, mud flows and mudslides, a possibility there. Time now for your Tuesday trivia, brought to you by Edward Jones.
Hi, Tom. Hey, how's the college visit? You remembered. It's good. Does it make the short list? You remember that, too. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing what's important to you.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for. Thanks. Bye. Bye.
That's what's important to us. It's why 7 million investors work with Edward Jones.
Storm
Watch 7 on a winter weather alert. Rain now, but we will start to see from northwest to southeast that transition to sleet and eventually snow. Accumulating snow here in the DMV, likely late tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. A winter storm watch does go into effect late tonight for the DMV, so stay with our weather team throughout the duration of this event. We're dry Thursday and Friday. It'll be blustery Thursday and potentially another little wintry mix coming our way Sunday.
Coming up, a driverless car killing a pedestrian, and now there are calls to put that technology and test to an end.
And she's Loya's lucky charm. Can she help them win again? Sister Jean, with divine intervention. Next.